Okay, so I wanted to give you a little bit of the verdict on the decision that was made regarding my CNA classes and whether or not the nursing home will actually be providing me with the classes or the training to get my CNA certification within the state of Indiana. So I went to the interview. The interview went pretty good, I thought. I wasn't like super confident. I feel like anytime that I've gone into an interview where I've felt super confident afterwards, unless they've, offered me a job on the spot, anytime that I've felt that way directly after an interview, it hasn't really turned out in my favor. But I felt like the interview went pretty good. I did feel like there were certain things that I could have done better, or certain things that I could have said differently or whatever. I'm sure that, if you've ever been to a job interview, you've probably felt the same way at some point in time. But I waited, basically, I believe my interview was on Tuesday or Wednesday, one of those days, or maybe even Monday, I can't remember. But I waited basically until almost 6 p.m. on Friday, this past Friday, and the assistant director of nursing from the facility called me, and she let me know that they thought that I did really, really well on my assessment testing that they did, which was basic skills. It wasn't like anything super intensive or, that you really had to have a lot of training for. It was basically like if you've gone to high school, you should know the information that was on the skills assessment. It was like a reading comprehension, kind of going over your math skills and things like that. And also just common sense questions as far as, if a patient asked or told you that you could have some of her candy, like if you were helping a patient clean up her room and you came across a drawer full of candy and the patient tells you, oh, you can have the candy, what would you do? And then there was like multiple choice options as far as, politely decline, or thank you, say thank you, and then, leave the candy where it is, or take the candy. Obviously, you wouldn't take the candy in this situation because you're not supposed to take things out of patients' rooms and you're not supposed to remove patient belongings and those types of things. But she basically told me that, I did really good on the assessment that they gave me, and they really liked what I had to say in the interview. Basically, what I did in the interview, I'm going to make a separate video about that. But I just was myself, and I talked about the reasons why I wanted to be a CNA, why I want to be a CNA. I still want to do it. And just kind of, my passion for helping people and why I felt that I would be an asset to their team. And they thought that I, would be a great asset to their team, but they said that the CNA class was full. As far as the class that would have started today, as I'm filming this, they said that class was full, but she wanted to let me know that I had already been accepted for the next set of classes, which starts in 2 to 4 weeks. Now, the only problem with that is I really want to get this training and everything over and done with before it starts to get bad weather again. Obviously, we have quite a bit of time before that happens, really. And what I mean by bad weather is like snow and ice, those types of conditions. I do live in Indiana, so that's definitely something that happens around here. It is only May, so like I said, there is definitely time to get that done, but when you do CNA classes, it can take anywhere from 3 to 6 weeks, depending on the training program that you're part of and how many hours you are able to commit to the training in the state of Indiana anyways. It kind of varies depending on the board of nursing within whatever state you live. But I'm also kind of, a little bit conflicted because I've received 2 different phone calls from 2 different companies since they told me that they wanted to, have me in the next class and not this class. from companies asking me to go do job interviews with them. I just accepted an interview for a few days from now on Thursday. Today's Monday. With Sam's Club for a door greeter position. I have worked at Walmart in the past, and I did the exact same thing at Walmart. So it's definitely something that I have experience with, and it's not something that I could see myself doing for the rest of my life, obviously, but I feel like if I have to put the CNA training on the back burner for now, then I will, in order to start making money. Because I don't want to have to rely on someone else, to support me. And that's not how it is right now, but I don't want it to get to that point. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys that update. I wasn't turned down for the CNA classes, but I also wasn't accepted for that first class, which actually started today, this morning. So they're supposed to be calling me and letting me know when I'm going to be able to start the next class, whenever they have that information all put together or whatever. And I'll let you guys know how the interview goes at Sam's Club. The only problem I'm going to have with that interview is it's at 8 a.m. So I'm going to have to set 3 or 4 alarms to make sure I'm there on time. Because sometimes, for some reason, I just have a hard time waking up at, specific times. And sometimes my alarm, I just don't hear it. I'll turn it off and go back to sleep. But anyways, I thought I would let you guys know that, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.